Welcome back. She became the first Black woman nominated for an Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature for the film 13th. Her latest project, Origin, failed to get an Oscar nod this year. ABC's Lindsay Davis sits down with Ava DuVernay to talk about the process of making the film and its impact.
You don't escape trauma by ignoring it. You escape trauma by confronting it. I don't write questions. I write answers.
So, the first time you read Caste, are you thinking right away, this could be a movie?
Absolutely not. Caste is a beautiful book by Isabel Wilkerson that is basically an anthropological thesis. You know, it's talking about, ideas writ large, a lot of facts, figures, anecdotes, but no character. Usually when I read a book and I see a character, I think there's a movie in there. This didn't have that, but when I read it the second time, I started to hear her voice.
Most relationships end. Friendships, romances.
And we hear her in the movie quoting to her editor, racism as the primary language to explain everything is insufficient.
Yes.
That seems to be the premise then upon which the book and therefore the movie is built on. How did you go about taking that theme and turning it into a movie?
Well, the investigation, the unfolding of the mystery of how do we get from race, everything is race, to she had an inkling there's something else there that she wanted to dig into, and she starts to study caste, and she travels the world to gather examples. But one of the things that she told me in my interviews with her was that the Trayvon Martin case was the impetus, the spark to start to think about, wait, everyone's calling that race, but it doesn't quite fit in the box. You have a Latino killer of a Black boy, and the assault is in protection of a white community. Well, how's that race? How does that, and so that started to get her as an author and an investigator and a former reporter intrigued, and she went and she set about trying to figure it out.
Have you heard the tapes?
No. Of what?
Sanford Police Department, this is Sean.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy. He looks like he's up to no good or something.
Doing it without a studio, do you think you've created this new pathway?
Well, independent filmmaking it has a long legacy, but for me, in terms of the way we raise the money, we raise the money through philanthropic organizations, through nonprofits that have the same mission as the movie, which is justice and dignity for all and to fight for our freedoms. And so instead of going to a studio to create the budget, we went to these organizations and said, would you ever be interested in doing a film?
Tell us about the history that you made at the Venice Film Festival.
Well, this is the world's oldest film festival, and it is one that has not seen an African-American woman in competition. And while, yes, it was a beautiful moment when it happened, it was very bittersweet in terms of the absence that My First really highlights. That in the world's oldest film festival, that in 2023 was the first time it was deemed, worthy to have an African-American woman in competition, which is ridiculous.
Still 2024, still experiencing firsts.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
I've heard you talk about your relationship with Ingenue for this as the most intellectually rigorous actor collaboration. How so?
Well, Ingenue Ellis Taylor's mind is a brilliant one, and she also is fearless, and we had a relationship in which we were very open with one another in terms of what we both needed. And so there were times where she said, this line I don't quite get. And usually as a director, I'll say, this is what it means. And okay, I got it, I'll figure it out. She said, yeah, I still don't get it. Would you want to rewrite it? Do you want to take a look at this a little bit closer? And so it was that kind of collaboration and pushing. We looked at the material. There were things we both agreed with, things we disagreed with, even within the book, disagreed with each other. And so we're constantly on the set pushing and pulling each other to get to a place where we were trying to figure out how to make this very kind of monumental concept of caste accessible.
I want to be in the story. Really inside the story.
What does it mean to get that Oscar buzz or not for a project that you know is great?
I had to grapple with myself as to how I feel about that, and had to really put my work in its proper place and understand for myself what matters to me. And so it's been an illuminating time for me to kind of check myself. Time will tell. And so I believe that this film will be one that lasts, and that makes me really proud.
And tonight is Oscar night right here on Channel 5. Our coverage continues on News Center 5 starting at 5 o'clock. Followed by the Oscars red carpet show at 6:30. The ceremony begins this year at 7 p.m. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X at CityLine 5. Follow me on X at Karen Holmes Ward. Have a great afternoon.